wonder why is grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
What is? Oh man, look, I didn't already. Man, I'm sorry, Carter. I apologize. Here, let me fix you up. Here, let's do it right. Let's do it right. Let's do right by Carter today. We're gonna do right by Carter today. What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to the 4th annual the Blerd Awards. Blerd Awards 2025. We are here. It is about to go down. We have, what is this, for the past month, Carter? We have been voting. We haven't been voting. Y'all been voting. We have been pontificating. We've been trying to figure out what are the best, not only just the best, but the mightiest comics of 2025. And we have them. We now know what they are. We crunched the numbers. The votes have been tallied.
Yes.
We're in. Okay. Carter. We got, man, I almost cringed a little when I counted all this up.
Okay.
We have a grand total of 39 awards. 39 awards to hand out. So y'all know what that means?
What I think it means is, respectfully, yeah, this shit needs to get trimmed next year. That's what that sounds like to me. Like, respectfully. Some of y'all know y'all are good as hell. That's why y'all books been going as long. And 4 weeks of this shit here, like, yeah, this needs to get this little bit condensed, a little bit.
There's a lot. We yeah, I know. What was it? People were talking about 106 and parking certain people. We might 106 and park some awards. I don't know. Well, I'm thinking about it. It's a possibility that could potentially, maybe possibly happen. But we have a lot of awards. So that said, we gonna get right down to goddamn business. For those, if this is your first time, really doesn't matter if it's your first time or not, because I'm going to explain how this all came to be, how this actually works, and just in the effort of like transparency and maybe hopefully not having to bring this up again. That is to say that welcome. Let me bring it back. Welcome to the Blerd Awards, but more specifically, welcome to the the 2025 Blerd Awards. And how this works is very simple. It's a very simple affair. There's not really a whole heap of a lot to it. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. But basically, the long and short of it is, we spent the past month compiling nominations, if you will. And I think for the most part, we kind of stuck to a pretty, what I thought was a more than fair rule of 10 overall nominations, but we would only let it go to a final 4. And that was all based on voting that was done by all of you who are here probably in the chat right now, but those of you who have been showing up on the Blur Cave every week for the past month. That's basically how we've been doing this. And then ultimately, once we got those nominees, we put it to a vote on social media. And I know some of y'all voted, some of y'all didn't, some of y'all protest voted. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. A few times I saw that I was informed.
You know what? No. Disrespectfully, if you didn't vote, and I mean this, I'm standing 11 toes down because I know some of y'all got an extra toe. I saw it on the episode of Fresh Prince once. Disrespectfully, if you didn't vote and you don't like a specific winner, shut your ass up. I don't want to hear you talk. Stop talking. You could have voted. Everybody else voted. You saw them vote. You saw the percentages. You saw the polls. There were several posts of several different nominees and nominations. If you didn't vote and you met, why they win? Shut the fuck up. Hush. Silence. Cease. Gower. Don't talk. Just.
Well, no, because I saw some people bringing up that certain people weren't nominated or certain people didn't make the cut, and I was like, look, I gave y'all a chance. And I think we joked about this a lot yesterday, but there were so many times we were like, man, why ain't so-and-so in there? We thought so-and-so was a lock. Was a lock. That's why we ain't saying nothing. I was like, so it took the vote ending for y'all to realize that so-and-so wasn't even in the conversation. Damn, that's crazy.
What was funny about that was that they said it back to back. Like, you can't say you assumed some shit was a lock back to back if you were told the first time y'all got to say something. Jazz, I am just like you. I am not on Threads either. So I'm also chilling from the sidelines. Now, I do have Ernie's Threads bookmarked, and I scrolled and started looking at some of them choices and some of them winners. Woo! And I just went on by my business because this ain't got nothing to do with me now. This is out of my control.
Hey, look. Well, you know what? This is why. So we decided to hand over the vote to y'all, which I honestly I don't think was a bad decision. I think this is something we will very likely continue. It takes a lot of the heat off of me personally. So anything that takes the heat off of me, I'm good with. So, but yeah, basically, we got 39 awards to hand out. We're gonna go through all of them, and we are first and foremost. Going to be starting with our first category that is Earth's Mightiest Solo Series. This is here. Let me see if I can actually get this to work right. Oh yeah. Also, thank you, John Sir. Thank you for pointing that out. Please don't forget. Hit that like button while y'all in here. You know you like what's going. First of all, why the fuck you show up if you don't like this shit? I don't know what to tell you. I don't click on shit I know I'm not gonna like. I'm not that type of person.
Make the like button do that. It does that when you click it. It just does
it does do that. Yeah. So if it don't do this, you ain't click it. So,
I don't know what you doing, but that's not what I just did.
What you do? What did you do?
Don't copy me. Earth's Mightiest. Let's do that. Viewer discretion is advised. Thanks to Blerd Without Fear.
Wait a minute here. Let me do this. There you go. I apologize, everyone. I didn't to anyone who was hurt and offended by what I did.
No, Thanos. That had nothing to do with North Memphis. I don't know what he was doing. The thumbs was not being thrown. That was a lot of wrist action I saw. The thumbs were not being thrown up there. Thanos. No.
He said, don't put that on North Memphis.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't put that on North Memphis, goddammit. No.
And absolutely, thank you, Black Thor. If you are on your mobile devices, be sure to hype this here. Hype it.
Hit the hype button. Now, I do want to, I will say this too, and I've heard people talk about this differently. It depends on, like, I guess how your shit's set up. I don't know. But if you go down to, like, kind of just above the comment section, if you're watching on mobile and, like, swipe, I think it's like swipe left, that will pull up the hype. Some people I have seen, I've actually seen this on my own phone, you don't have to swipe shit. It's just there, like the button is like right in there with like it's with the like button and everything else. Just depends on, man, what the fuck your phone doing? Honestly, I don't know. But let's get to our first category. The first category is Earth's Mightiest Solo Series. This is, and here and just like last year, if you missed it last year, the way we would do this is the blam. We got our graphics up and everything. See, look, I put a lot of time in this shit, y'all, in case y'all can't tell. Superhero comics come in all sorts of varieties, and some of them are loners. This category is dedicated to the comics that know it's dangerous to go alone and choose to fly solo anyway. Let's take a look at the categories we actually have, or not the categories, but the entries we have here. Some of these are probably not going to surprise you. Some of them might surprise you. I don't know. Shit, man, motherfuckers are weird these days with how they respond to some of these comics being in the running or not. Let's take a look at some of these, Carter. We have Absolute Batman by DC Comics.
We got Storm, Aurora Monroe herself, over at Marvel.
The House of Ideas.
Coming up right ahead of her to some people is Absolute Wonder Woman over at DC. And looking outside the club because he is too young to get in, we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man over at Marvel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the award goes to I have the envelope. The award goes to Ernie, you gotta pull it up because
sorry.
So you
Oh, here I was giving us the.
I'm waiting on the podium to pop it up.
Bam! Earth's Mightiest solo
Miles
series is
Morales. Oh, I'm sorry, I had a Steve Harvey moment. I'm sorry. Storm, ladies and gentlemen. Storm from Moreira Ayadeli, Earth's Mightiest solo series for the Blerd Awards 2025. Congratulations to Moreira. This has been just a fantastic comic, issue to issue. The just OP-ness of everybody involved, putting respect on Aurora Monroe, no Mohawk needed. What more could be said about the Storm series, Blerd Without Fear?
There's not a whole lot. I mean, any book that takes 90s cult classic character Maggot and makes Maggot a whole threat is a book that I want to see more of. So I like, honestly, this has been a fantastic read. It's literally turned in, I know some people like to call it just a Marvel shonen book as a derogatory thing, but I'm here to say there's nothing derogatory about it. This book is every bit of the good that you want to believe it is. It knows what it is. It has an identity, and it treats, like, what was it? I think I called this something along these lines before, but I said, never in my life did I ever think that we would get a Storm solo series in the vein of All-Star Superman. And we kind of slick did. So there you go. We got it kind of stopped after that first few issues, but it really kind of brought some of that same energy, and I was here for it. It showed us a Storm who was initially incredibly vulnerable, but then immediately started to recover herself and get back to the Storm that we all know and love. So there we go. It's good times for us all.
I want to give a good and huge shout out to everybody who is going to light Ernie up in his replies for even mentioning All-Star Superman and Storm in the same breath. I also want to give you all another shout out for ignoring everything he said after bringing up All-Star Superman and Storm, even though he just gave you his reasoning as to why he felt that way. I want to give a big shout out to y'all. I want to give a big shout out to y'all for ignoring everything he said after All-Star Superman. Hey,
why?
It's all about you. It's all about you.
Why? It is. It basically is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, shit. The motherfucker dying off rip. What else is there? Anyway, that said, let's go to our next category. Our next category is going to be for the opposite of a solo book. It is going to be for Earth's Mightiest team or ensemble comic.
All right. Going it alone is noble, but sometimes you need somebody to take the ass whooping for you. Sometimes it's your friends, sometimes it's rivals, sometimes it's frenemies. Hell, maybe even your own villains. This category is for the comics that double down on not getting whooped by themselves. Even if the ones getting whooped are your friends and still getting on your nerves. Ladies and gentlemen, Earth's Mightiest Team Ensemble Comic, and our nominees are Transformers over at Image, Bitterroot, The Next Movement over at Image. I'm starting to see a pattern here, ladies and gentlemen. The Power Fantasy over at Image, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over at IDW.
Man, like I said, it's nothing but bangers. Nothing but bangers. We got some solid teams, solid entries, especially when you think about all the characters involved, all of which could probably, most of these books have characters that could probably carry their own series to some degree, or another, and some even have. That said, we have, let's see, I'll pretend I have notes here. Let's see, what was this? I don't know what this actually says on it. We have our winner for Earth's Mightiest Team or Ensemble Comic. The Power Fantasy.
Hey.
The Power Fantasy has entered the chat. This is... Honestly, I think after how many Blur Caves ago was this, Carter? This was what? Maybe
honestly,
just
let's not even do
6
that.
or 7.
Let's be honest about it. There have been several Blur Caves where we're talking about the Power Fantasy.
So, in case no one knows, we've talked about the Power Fantasy a pretty good deal. On the Blerd Cave. Even if it was just in passing, we're always bringing it up. But more specifically, it's a book that we talked about in a lot of detail not too terribly long ago, in the past couple of months. And it's a book that kind of embodies everything that I feel this category should embody. Like, this is the epitome of an ensemble comic. Tons of characters, so many characters, in fact, that Image had to start putting character descriptions in the front of the book to make sure you remembered who the hell some of these characters were, in case, because they do have a lot of moments where some characters kind of disappear for a little bit. And this book has been fantastic. It's still fantastic. It is fast approaching the feared 16 issues that was basically stated as being where the book will probably end if people don't really start like fucking with it more than what they already do.
But what I love to see, with that being said, how many people have come into just our streams that have told us that just off of everything that we've said, they went and got it. We literally got Thanos was right, who just said he got volume 1 and 2 for Christmas. So enjoy that read, number 1. Number 2, that's more sales that are going to hopefully keep that book going. So it's great to see that you all voted for the Power Fantasy, because that means a lot of you all are reading the Power Fantasy and buying the Power Fantasy and absorbing that book. And now you, just like Ernie, can say with your whole chest that, yeah, Gillen didn't want to do this for X-Men. He saved it for Image. So yeah, we can say that now.
Yeah, no, 100%. This was Power Fantasy is definitely one of those books that like. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, because I saw somebody talking about some threads the other day, so it made me laugh. Was someone was talking about how the girlfriend of several years, they had broke up 2 months ago, and she already got a new dude. That's kind of how the Power Fantasy is for Kieran Gillen. It's like he got out of that relationship with Marvel, and he already got a fire ass book. Like not even a couple of months after the fact, he was already kind of courting the new book on the way out of on Marvel.
That boy had Casper Wingard on issue 3 when he was doing the Fall of House of X, dog.
Yeah, He was like,
you were already hitting it on the side, Gillen.
Yeah.
You ain't slick. You ain't slick. I've been black a long time. I know scandalousness when I see it. You probably had damn near the whole first trade done when you was still doing Judgment Day at Marvel. You ought to be ashamed. Congratulations on Earth's Mightiest.
Yes,
Team congratulations. But I know a deviant when I see a deviant.
Yeah. Let's see. And we got our next one. Our next category is going to be Earth's Mightiest Fantasy Comic. Speaking of power fantasies, we're moving into a whole other fantasy, and that is going to be our Earth's Mightiest Fantasy Comic category. Now, for this one, here, let me pull this up. Magic, mysticism, and monsters. Oh my! These are the comics that leapt headfirst into the realm of whimsy and the fantastical to show us wonders we never could have imagined were possible. We have in our entries for this one, we've got, to the surprise of no one, I think, Absolute Wonder Woman by DC Comics. We've also got Ianu, the Child of Wonder, which actually I had to go back and do a little bit of fact checking on myself on this one. Didn't release one, released 2 volumes this year, as well as an animated series. So you know the Ianu game. I take it back. I just lied on them. They also released a movie, an animated film, as well as a companion piece of that anime series. So they really were not playing this year. You've also got Helen of Windhorn reuniting the creative team that brought you the amazing Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. That is literally about to be on your big screens next year over at Dark Horse Comics. And then we've also got Eat Your Young, Mad Cave Studios, reminding y'all, like, hey, we still out here, God damn it. We love to see it. We love to see it. Now, with that said, there can only be one Earth's Mightiest Fantasy Comic. So let's get Carter, give me a little drum roll.
I don't know if you'll hear it, but the
that's
winner of Earth's Mightiest Fantasy Comic, voted on by viewers like you. That winner was
Absolute Wonder Woman. DC Comics snatching the category. This was a tough one. I wasn't going to spend a lot of time pontificating. Wasn't going to spend a lot of time pontificating about the breakdowns on some of these, but yeah, some of these were tight, like airtight. Like some of them were like, here's one entry that's clearly winning, and then I would come back later. It's like, nope, psych. This was one of them. But
I cannot stress enough, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be mad at him.
Nope.
Don't be mad at me. This was voted on by you all.
Y'all did this. This Ewans.
Congratulations to Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman.
Yes.
Jordy Belair, Becca Carey, Chris Conroy, Mattia DeLuise for Absolute Wonder Woman. Earth's Mightiest Fantasy Series. I cannot stress enough. Y'all did this.
he's like, it's on y'all. It's on you. This is you. I also want to point out too that talking about the processes and everything. What we will probably like this year, I kind of had to do some things a very specific way because some platforms allowed polls for like certain numbers of entries while others did not. It was a whole pain in the ass figuring that shit out. But what I'm actually going to try and do next year, I'm going to make an attempt to build a website for it. and do it that way. We'll see how that plays out, but for right now it just is what it is. Let's go to our next one, because we have another category that I want us to take a peek at. And we're just talking about fantasy.
Yes.
But now we're going to turn our attention to another one of my favorite genres, and that is going to be not my phone making noise, as per usual, during the show. So let's... Wow, are you not gonna... Wow, my phone's just being all kind of lame. I just got to get a new one. That's all it is. That's just what it's trying to tell me. We've got the science fiction category, Earth's mightiest science fiction comic, which I always say this is actually my most favorite part of these. Space, the final frontier, or just super science, or it could be cosmic horror, it could be cyberpunk dystopias, you name it. These comics brought it in spades and left us all awestruck at the worlds beyond our own reality and even our own imaginations. We got a pretty stacked, this is a stacked category right here. And I don't mind telling you, we are literally looking down the barrel of Bitterroot, the next movement at Image Comics. From the homies, friends of the channel, David F. Walker, Chuck Brown, and Sanford Green. We have also got Ghost Pepper, also from Image Comics. Image is honestly kind of dominating this category, not gonna hold you. Which has been a book that we've recently glazed up on the channel, to the surprise of no one. Transformer, straight out of the Energon universe, over at Image Comics, also tearing it up. And last but most certainly not least, Absolute Green Lantern, holding it down, representing the Absolute DC universe and DC Comics. Like I said, this is another tough one. This is a tough one because man, so many good books. And I was watching the voting on this go down. My fucking God, it was a knockdown, drag out. There were multiple books constantly vying, jockeying for position, but only one of these books can walk away the winner. And the winner of this category is...
Who y'all vote for? Who winning this? Who winning this? Who did y'all vote for? I want to see this. Who did y'all vote for? Oh, of course.
Bitterroot. Bitterroot walked away as Earth's mightiest science fiction comic. Like I said, this right here, this should not surprise anyone, honestly. This has just been one of those books that just did not quit. It was like, and this was actually with such a long hiatus. Such a long hiatus between issue 15 and what is technically Bitterroot the Next Movement #1 is effectively Bitterroot 16, if you really want to keep it a buck. But
the
with
trade, it literally says volume 4 of the trade.
Yeah, so. The trade doesn't even bullshit. Like don't let that subtitle fool you. Because I think someone even asked me about, they were like, hey, because I think there was a category where there's a category where Bitterroot and the Power Fantasy are together, and someone was asking me like, "Hey, what should I read? Should I read Bitterroot or should I read Power Fantasy?" And I was like, "Well," I said, honestly, you'll be reading about the same, damn near the same number of books. So I was like, read both of them. Fuck it. But I was like, this is literally just a continuation of the previous 15 issues of Bitterroot that we've already gotten, and just taking that story even further forward. And actually in this one, and this is kind of why this wound up in the science fiction category this year, is because this one actually leaned not just into the supernatural element, but it leaned into the super science in some respects, and kind of took Bitterroot into what I feel are some areas it hadn't traveled before, and it did it very well. So that said, shout out to the good people at working on this book alongside David F. Walker, Chuck Brown, and Sanford Green, with Matt Herms, Hassan Atsmani El How, and Shelly Bond out there holding it down over at Image Comics. Love to see it. So let's go to our next category.
What we got?
Our next category is going to be Earth's Mightiest Comedic Comic. Carter, would you like to do the honors?
Comic books carry the name for a reason. Comics used to always be funny. That's wow. Until we learned more was possible. And now we have this category for the comics that still uphold the oldest tradition in the medium, making us crack the fuck up. Our nominees are the Santos sisters, Darkwing Duck, Deadpool, and the Powerpuff Girls. This is another one where I cannot wait to see what y'all voted for. Because I saw somebody in the chat was saying, Carter, I sounded disappointed. Oh no, I'm not disappointed that Bitterroot won. I was looking at someone who said that Al Ewing is about to unsubscribe from the channel. Christian Ward is flipping a table that Event Horizon wasn't even nominated. James Tynion is somewhere cursing Ernie Carruthers' name for not having his distillery book Spectrograph up for nomination either. But again, this ain't me and it ain't him.
No.
It's all of y'all. So the winner, by popular voting from our lovely audience, for Earth's Mightiest Comedic Comic, Earth's Mightiest Funny Book, is
Let's
Darkwing
Get Dangerous.
Duck. I'm not mad at this.
I mean, come on. It's like really, this was like, okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I personally would have loved for this for the Santos sisters to pick up the W here. But at the end of the day, I can't be mad at Darkwing Duck getting it either. It is
not at all.
It's a solid book. And also I think I don't want to draw too much attention to this, but I think it's also a bit of I don't want to call it a redemption arc, but definitely a reminder that that Daniel Kibblesmith is still out here. For those, some people I think might associate the name with that ill-fated New Warriors book that had the book that threatened to come out but never did. And
why are you bringing it up? Why can't the man be happy that Darkwing Duck won? Wasn't nobody thinking about that goddamn book. I completely forgot about that goddamn book. Big up this Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Praise it.
Well, no, and I only say it because so many people will probably think back to that and be like, oh no, I don't want to fuck with that. But no, that Darkwing was hidden. That Darkwing was hidden, man. I'm just saying. Yes.
You said that's this guy?
Yep, sure is.
I guarantee you nobody was thinking about that goddamn New Warriors. And as soon as Ernie said it, y'all asses turned and the camera zoomed in on y'all like Raven getting a vision. Like, I guarantee you.
Look, I thought you were about to fall out like Cordelia.
Oh, bro.
Good.
Oh, God.
Cynthia is sure as shit in the other room watching the first season of Angel right now. I promise you. Because I walked in earlier and she was doing it. And all of a sudden she was like, ugh. Oh. But no, anyway. That said, we are going to move on to our next category. Yes. Our next, and also shout out to Daniel, who is a friend of the channel, by the way. That was also why I brought it up. Is a little friendly rib. Daniel's cool people. I love him to death. He's a really cool dude. But also, yeah, shout out to Ted Brandt, Rostein, Dearbilla Kelly, Fabio Amelia, and Nate Cosby over there. The mad lad Nate Cosby over there. Like I just want to I want a friendly reminder. Any weird, wacky, wild comic that you're like, man, I can't believe Dynamite made that book. I can't believe Dynamite had the balls to do something this new and different and interesting. Yeah, you just blame Nate Cosby for that. Because he's usually
something. Isn't it cool when you see it's something that's it's a tad bit unheard of in Marvel, and I want to keep it brief so we can move on.
Yeah,
but isn't it awesome when you see a good editor at a comic imprint, Ernie?
Man, that's crazy.
Cool? Ain't it cool?
Right? Isn't it? It's crazy. Imagine liking the editor of a comic. God damn, that's crazy. That said, let's move on to our next category, which is Earth's Mightiest Crime Comic. Okay, so this one is a very, very stacked category. We've got from jewel heist and crime sprees to prison breaks and murder mysteries. The crime genre's history in comic books is long. It's even grown from simply following the perspective of the hero, but also the perpetrator, and laughed as we were entertained. This category is going to include none other than IDW's Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring. We've also got Minor Threats, The Last Devil Left Alive over at Dark Horse. We have also got a particular creative team who's become a fast favorite over here on the channel, especially more recently. The Knives, a criminal book over at Image Comics from Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. And we've also got what I have been quoted as calling the blackest comic ever made, They Choose Violence, over at AWA Upshot. That said,
this is another one where I can't wait to see what y'all voted for on this one.
Oh,
this I think is gonna be my favorite part of Blerd Awards now, is just seeing what y'all done did. That's gonna be my favorite part right now. What y'all done voted for now? This gonna be good. So
every time.
With that being said, by popular vote from viewers like you, Earth's Mightiest Crime Comic for the Blerd Awards 2025 goes to
Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring. We got it. Look at that. Look at that. That is, man, that one, honestly, that one was a tough one.
Did you do that?
Did I make that happen? No, I did not make that happen. I did not make that. That was not me. I didn't do shit. I didn't whip the votes. I didn't.
You didn't bump into somebody when they put it in the ballot box real quick. I am so sorry. Just handed them the bear.
Josler said, at least we didn't vote for the Indiana Jones comic. I mean, look, okay. But no, Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees. This was a series that I was a little bit late to. It came, like, the initial series came out last year, and everybody was talking about it. And it even came up during the last year's Blerd Awards, I think, to some degree or another.
Yeah.
And that's actually kind of what made me, what kind of garnered my interest in it. And, I eventually got around to reading it, and I fell in love. And oddly enough, it kind of just so happened right when I finished reading Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, the sequel to it came out. And I was like, because there were some other books, like, dude, one book I really wanted to make the cut was I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer, but nobody voted for it. So, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Pretty funny. It's pretty funny you said that, because when I was in the shop today, there was a guy who was like, he was tight that he couldn't find any issues of I was a fashion school serial killer and plastic. And he was just like he just settled for the trades when he wanted them in single issues. But it's pretty funny that you brought that up. That was a funny thing because I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. So to see this dude like clearly irked that they didn't have it in single issues was pretty adorable. But again, he's upset that his book, you know, there was a certain book he thought should be up there, but it was not. You know why it wasn't? Because of y'all.
Because of y'all.
But he still got one, though. I mean, shit. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, right? He still got one. I love that this one for the simple fact that it means that you all are getting out of your comfort zone to read a comic. Something that you would see it, you would flip through it, and then put it back on the shelf. A lot of you all are actually now grabbing it and actually wanting to see what this thing is. And apparently you're enjoying what this thing is. So I do commend a lot of you all for voting for this to win Earth's Mightiest Crime Series. You all got some points with me on this one. You all got some points with me on this one for sure. For sure.
Oh yeah. And I guess let's go ahead and jump on over to our next category, which is oh man, look who just showed back up.
Earth's Mightiest Horror Comic.
Woo!
Horror to some people. Long ago, comic books would delve into the darkness, the worlds of horror and the unknown to frighten us. And for a while, it was a lost art. These comics why'd you say these comics threaten to remind us all?
Just read it.
These comics threaten to remind us all that the night is infinitely dark and very full of terrors. I love that very full of terrors is right under that nasty ass Hulk cover. Our nominees for Earth's Mightiest Horror Comics are Bitterroot, The Next Movement, because whether you all knew this or want to believe it, that's still a horror comic. It's just doing several different things at once. You can multitask. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring, because that book, that's a horrific ass book for the way that Barrett does some. I want to say people, but it's not people, it's animals, but she's doing them people in some horrific ways. The Incredible Hulk from Philip Kennedy Johnson, showing you that when you got something good into the Immortal Hulk, you just go back to that well. And something is killing the children. James Tynion proving yet again, no, I can kill kids in more than one book.
Ain't nobody baby safe. Ain't nobody baby safe.
James Tynion right now. Lord, no.
Man, no. Them babies is as good as dead. But no, let's take a look at who our winner is. Who was able to pull it out? Earth's Mightiest Horror Comic will be none other than,
let's see,
Bitterroot at Image Comics. I was actually legitimately mind blown when this happened. They had to look. I was okay. So full disclosure, I was watching the voting on this. Now, one thing that I found very interesting is that while something is killing the children was squarely winning at first, I came back about a few hours later, and suddenly, Beneath the Trees was winning. And then I got up and left. I actually went to go run some errands, came back, Bitterroot was winning. And then I left and came back again, Beneath the Trees was winning again. And it was never like, oh, it's close. It was like, no, it would be like a huge shift in votes. Like, it would be like, no. Something's Killing the Children is clearly in the lead. And it's like, oh, wait, nope, psych. Bitterroot is clearly in, and like, it literally just kept shifting to the point where eventually it got to where it was like it could have been anyone's. It could have been anyone's vote. And then, obviously it went the way that it went. Wait a minute. Not Sanford Gray having me on FaceTime. Goddamn. Said Bitterroot gonna get the 106 and fart. We'll be like, well, we're gonna have to retire Bitterroot. No more awards. Look, like, why are y'all gonna make me have to call David F. Walker and tell him I can't? We can't let. We can't. He gonna have to take a knee for a little bit on Bitterroot. He gonna have to come out with something else.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Because I sure got that motherfucker number. I call him. He gonna be like, "Yeah, no, we ain't doing that." He can be like, but no, I love to see it. I'm glad that Bitterroot picked this up. This is a good one. This is a good one. And honestly, once again, the team coming back, and also, I didn't mention this, I think, when it came up previously, but something to take note of is that Bitterroot, the next movement, I think came back at the best possible time because you had people still high off of Sinners.
Yep.
And with the discourse being that, Sinners is just Bitterroot the movie. That was not that that's true, but that was the discourse a lot of people had. That Sinners is just Bitterroot, but in movie format. And I think that actually kind of helped people like by the time that I think Sinners was about to be out of theaters. I think by the time Bitterroot the next movement dropped, but people were still coasting on it. And they were able to ride that wave and kind of pick up those people who were probably already eyeballing Bitterroot because of the online discourse, and really capitalize by having a new book out for people to pick up. That was really smart on their part. That said, yes. Man, we got to go to the next one. We got to
go.
Now this one, okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, this was like watching a favorite child. This is like putting your favorite children.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see this one. I can't wait to see this one for the Ernie Carruthers of it all. Our next award is Earth's Mightiest Licensed Comic. Once upon a time, it seemed like every cartoon, toy line, movie, or TV show had a comic book. Those days seemed to die down over the years, but recently, licensed comics are back with a vengeance, and these titles made us acknowledge them. Our nominees for Earth's Mightiest Licensed Comic, we got Transformers over at Image. We got TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, over at IDW. We got Gojira, Godzilla, over at IDW. And then we got G.I. Joe over at Image. James Tynion's G.I. Joe. I know that Larry Hama stuff is still going on in the background, but this is specifically James Tynion's era, his little piece of the Energon universe.
That's Joshua Williamson.
Or Joshua Williamson. I don't know why I kept saying James Tynion.
He was, well, to be fair, I mean, he is probably putting a hex on us as we speak.
Whoa. What us? What us?
Oh, I'm sorry. He's putting a hex on them. He's putting a hex on them. We're good. But no, yeah.
We did nothing. We put the polls out, and the polls had the stuff that y'all voted for here.
I'm just saying. We did nothing. Yeah, unfortunately, we only did a final four. So and I was actually shocked by this. Thundercats was on the list, and nobody really voted for it. I was really shocked because I was like, dude, Thundercats has been high key lit. I can't wait to tell y'all about some of the shit that I've been hearing about with Thundercats coming up next year. Jesus, y'all ain't ready. Yeah. But yeah, no, I was actually sad Thundercats didn't make the cut, but unfortunately, because of the nature of things and the way it all kind of broke down, we were only allowing, out of the 10, we were only allowing 4 because, well, the way it was going to be done, most of the social media sites we use to do voting would only allow us 4 entries on a poll. So that is, if anyone's wondering why 4 and not 5, that was why.
Second Chronicle said, "We ready. Bring it on, Ernie." He just wants you to rip that Band-Aid off. He wants to see what got voted for.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Ready. The winner of Earth's Mightiest licensed comic, thanks to you all, not us, y'all. The winner is
Transformers.
Woo! W. So technically, what y'all are saying is that Transformers is better than Godzilla, better than G.I. Joe, and better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Wow. Wow. Do you have anything to add to this? I mean, if they saying if our audience is saying that Transformers is just the goated licensed comic of 2025, I mean,
when you put it like that, yeah, when you put it like that, almost it sounds so disrespectful. It sounds so disrespectful. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't. But I tell you what. This is the truth, and I hope I hope that everyone here understands this. But this is the year that Ernie and Carter get to say when y'all vote on something and y'all wonder why some ain't make it.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Like that wasn't me. It wasn't me. But no, actually, I'm happy with this though because I loved Transformers. It was a great series, man. It honestly, we joked about this the week that we were actually getting the nominees together for this category. I distinctly remember saying that like this shit's like The Dark Knight. When Joker walked in the room and took the pool stick and snapped it in half and threw one half of it on the floor in between three motherfuckers. That's what this whole that's also what a lot of these categories are going to be. It's like fight for your freedom. Fight for your freedom, goddammit. That said, let's move on to our next. We have got another category lined up. This time it's going to be Earth's Mightiest Indie Comic. Now, comics don't just make themselves. It takes a lot of moving parts and a lot of backing. Plus, someone has to pay for it all, right? These are the efforts of those who went above and beyond to bring the best comics to you, spared no expense. So we got some good ones on here, man. And honestly, man, I'll just say this because, once again, I already kind of know, but we have got Ancestral Recall. This is actually by a friend of the channel who was just really out here holding it down. Over at Ahoy Comics, which I always think people forget about Ahoy, but like Ahoy, they've been making some moves lately that I really appreciate. The Santos sisters make their triumphant return. They're like, man, we didn't get the dub the last time, we got to get it this time. They're out here representing Fantagraphics. We also got Out of Alcatraz over at Oni Press, trying to offer you up a little bit of criminality. Look, we're gonna
little bit,
little teensy weensy bit.
This was a weird one. I don't know why this is on Earth's Mightiest Indie Comic. Heart of Darkness from Blerd got Comics.
Oh no!
Where is your comic?
Oh man, stop. Mind your business. No, in all seriousness, the Fox Chronicles by Prime Direction Studios. So yeah, this was another one that was really stacked. There were a lot of great comics in there. Some comics that I've talked to you guys about in the past. Some comics that I've had people on for interviews for. Comics that you've probably seen me mention on social media to some degree or another, maybe, possibly. I don't know. But let me just say that this was another one where I was kind of like, man, honestly, there's no winning here for me. Everything on here is just fantastic. I mean, I guess that could also mean that there is winning for me, but it's like I'm gonna feel bad at some point about whoever doesn't get what. But I will say, I was very fucking surprised by what y'all picked, and I'm kind of proud of y'all.
I want to see this. I want to see this.
So our winner for Earth's mightiest indie comic is Ancestral Recall.
I heard that. So Ahoy Comics not only makes the best chocolate chip cookies you can buy at the store, they also make good comics. I heard that Chips Ahoy Comics, y'all are doing y'all thing right now. I feel that. Ancestral Recall.
This motherfucker. But no, I was very pleased with this. For those who don't know, Jordan is a friend of the channel, awesome dude, really fun to talk to. Have had him I've had him come to talk to, on the channel before, about various projects, things that he's been working on, whether it was, I think the first time I think he came around, we were talking about something he was doing, I think for Aquaman, or it's kind of in and around that time frame, and we had him back not too terribly long ago to talk about this very same comic, Ancestral Recall, about a man whose wife disappears, and in order to try and track her down and get her back, he has to use what is probably, honestly, the most broken superpower in the history of superpowers, is his ability to use Ancestral Recall to call upon the ancestors and help him in his quest, which is pretty awesome when you see it play out. But yes, this is a book I've been keeping up with week to week. Really fun title, and I could not be happier for Jordan and Adigan and Pippa, Rob, Sarah, all of them, everybody getting to bring home the dub. Also, Thanos was right. You're not wrong. Yeah, there's been so many comic book covers this year having David Banner on the front. It's kind of crazy how that works. Like, what is going on? So we got rid of the Killmonger. Now we got the David Banner. That's the new thing. The David Banner is back. Let's move on to our next category. This one is going to be, let's see what we got here. Oh, now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, right. Earth's mightiest new comic.
Ooh, boy, in today's market, it takes a lot to stand out among the competition. That's why Maddie Tyler Durden, Black Sands, and fucking Ripperverse ain't on here, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. New titles, new number ones, new ideas, fresh takes on old ideas, not just rehashing other used up Marvel characters and then just giving them a different ass dumbass name like Sidney Brother. They all fight for our money every Wednesday. These titles fought a little bit harder than the rest to earn our new comic book day dollars. Our nominees, ladies and gentlemen, for Earth's mightiest new comic, we got Captain America, the newly ginger-made Captain America over at Marvel Comics. We got Exquisite Corpses over at Image. We got Ghost Pepper, don't eat them by themselves, over at Image. And we have Absolute Green Lantern over at DC. What you got to say about this one? Because this one makes me nervous. This one makes me a tad bit nervous, because I don't know where y'all minds could go with Earth's mightiest new comic. I don't know, because I was happy because with Threads, I can't keep scrolling Ernie stuff. So I couldn't see everybody that was getting voted for, which I was cool with because I wanted to be surprised. But now some of my surprisations have a little bit of aggravation in it. So I can't wait to see what Earth's mightiest new comic for the Blerd Award 2025 winner is going to be, because it's true. These are the books that are fighting to get our money on New Comic Book Day. The ones we walk out the store with. The others, they're getting put in the long box. Then we got to take a month just to decide if we really wanted to read them motherfuckers in the first place. The ones we taking out the shop, reading one as soon as we get in the car real quick, if we ain't at a meter that we got to pay for the park. Earth's Mightiest New Comic, Ernie. Who did our loving community vote as top dog for 2025?
Oh man, this was I won't say shocked, but I was surprised a little bit. And it is none other than Absolute Green Lantern. Al Ewing gets the dub.
All this means to me is that y'all like that first arc of Absolute Green Lantern a hell of a lot more than I did.
Well, you know what? I think I can attest to maybe why, because you've expressed something that I've seen other people say. But one thing I can definitely say is it took me a couple of reads. Because there's a lot of jumping back and forward, and the book, not all the time, but every so often, it would be unclear about when it was jumping sometimes. Not all the time, but every once in a while. And it was just enough to be, you know what it was? You remember the first season of Witcher? Remember how they were always like jumping back and forward, but not really telling you when shit was like happening? Like you just had to just be paying attention.
Yeah.
Like there was never like 10 years ago or a week ago or whatever. It would just be like, it's last week. Well, you didn't say it was last week. We just kind of jumped. I was like, we just figured you were paying attention.
Okay.
That's kind of how Green Lantern does. And once you kind of like, once I went back through it a second, even a third time, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I kind of misinterpreted how this one thing was happening. And like, and it kind of gave some different context. But yeah, dude, Absolute Green Lantern really, because I feel like so many people were kind of down on Al Ewing because of what was going on with Venom and all new Venom. Yeah. And a lot of people were kind of like shitting on him for Immortal Thor and and stuff like that. So I was kind of thinking like, oh man, people are just really down on him lately. But then when it came time for that Absolute Green Lantern, y'all showed up. So I was actually quite proud of y'all. See, so yeah, I'm happy. I also was really, I was there for the Al Ewing of it all, but I was also there for the Janoy Lindsay of it all as well. So I was happy to see it. Now we get to move on to our next category, and it's going to be, this is going to be Carter's favorite, Earth's Mightiest Ongoing Comic. Carter, would you like to take the reins on this one?
I can tell you right now, this is not my favorite because this is very stacked. The definition of an ongoing series has changed a great deal over the years, but these titles stayed the course and kept delivering amazing tales each month. And even more impressive, have run longer than 10 issues. In this economy, you love to see it. Man, our nominees for Earth's Mightiest Ongoing Comic. We got Absolute Wonder Woman. We got Absolute Green Lantern. We got Storm over at Marvel. And we got the Power Fantasy over at Image. This is going to be gross. This is going to be gross. I do love the fact that you did bring up the fact that these are comics that have run longer than 10 issues, with the exception of Green Lantern. Green Lantern is only at issue 9 right now, but it's about to get there. Yeah. It's about to get there.
It's solicited. It's solicited.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's coming. It's coming. With a lot more story to go. Because if they ended Absolute Green Lantern right now, boy, my head would still be getting scratched. But man, Absolute Wonder Woman, Storm, the Power Fantasy, like these are some great ongoing series. So I got to see what y'all put for. I'm very interested to see what you all put for this one because I have an idea of what y'all put, but I love to be proved wrong in this instance. So, with all that malarkey being said, you all voted, and we have the votes. The winner of Earth's Mightiest ongoing comic for Blerd Awards 2025 is. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Absolute.
Wait a minute, I gotta pull it back. So I'm gonna tell you, I was actually watching this one like a hawk. So basically, what happened was there were a couple of instances where the votes were actually tied.
Mm-hmm.
This was actually one of them. So I actually took it upon myself to go back.
I got it. I got you. I know what you did. Hey, Google, call Harvey Dent. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Is that what you
did? Yeah, basically. Actually, you know what's crazier is like I literally just kind of had I had an app, and it was just like.
Oh, there you
like,
go.
There you go. Bam. There you go. Right there. And I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Hey, look at that. Look at the little head on there. Look at that. That's crazy.
Wow.
It's wild. Here, wait, do it again. Oh, man, look at that. Came up tails. That's wild. It's insane. But no, I also took into account like what also got I also weighted nominations as well, percentage of nomination and other stuff. So but yeah, this is what it ultimately came down to was absolute Wonder Woman. Kelly Thompson holding it down, having already locked up the Earth's Mightiest fantasy category just earlier in the show, and then coming in here and snatching up the ongoing. And the thing is, I'm not surprised by it because I've been saying for a long time, Absolute Wonder Woman to me is the best of the Absolute Universe line. It's one of the best. It's actually, I think it's one of the best comics DC has, period. I saw somebody bring up Poison Ivy earlier, and I will have you know, I fought for Poison Ivy's inclusion, but then y'all told me Poison Ivy sucks. So that's why Poison Ivy ain't on the list. And Carter knows I ain't lying, because how many times I would bring up Poison Ivy, be somebody in chat, man, ain't nobody read Poison Ivy. Meanwhile, the books that they talking about got canceled at 5-10 issues. Poison Ivy about to hit 40. Anyway, yeah. Maybe somebody ain't reading what you reading. Maybe that's what that is. No, I'm making light. But no, this book has been absolutely killing it. Just this past week, the latest issue really was killing it. Kelly Thompson has, to me, I'm not going to say Kelly Thompson's found her voice because I feel like she's been a good writer for a very long time. I think that a lot of the books that she has done, I don't want to say that she has had the misfortune of having been put on books that are about characters people either don't like or don't know anything about. But I mean, it's kind of almost true because I still stand by the fact that one of her best books ever is her Captain Marvel run, which, by the way, speaking of books that ran for a long time, ran for 50 issues. And people kept telling me, man, ain't nobody reading Captain Marvel like that. That book would have been canceled at 10 if nobody was reading it. So that's just kind of my point to say that, yeah, Kelly, when they said Kelly Thompson was going to be doing Absolute Wonder Woman, I knew what the assignment was. I knew Kelly knew what the assignment was. When I talked to her not too terribly long before I think the book even started, just kind of asking her some stuff off to the side, off the record, I knew that she knew what the assignment was. So, yeah, it's like I said, I love to see it. And also, I'm becoming a big fan of Hayden Sherman.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go, shoot.
You brought up Captain Marvel, and I was gonna tell you this. I was gonna tell you this before because I thought we were starting later. So I've been reading Power Man and Iron Fist from Sanford Green and David F. Walker, and I'm reading the second trade. The second trade is strictly, which I didn't know at the time. I didn't know that's when the book came out. Civil War 2. And I'm reading what Captain Marvel and the Civil War 2 of it all. Are y'all really happy? Are y'all really hyped that Ben is bringing his ass back? Are you sure? Because now David F. Walker and Sanford Green can only carry the ball that was given to them from the Captain Marvel Civil War 2 side of things. Are y'all really happy that man back? I don't know about me.
I got questions.
You can't get a ball to Kelly. Kelly over here with the queen of the table. You can't give it to her no more. Are y'all happy about business? Because Ernie, Lord Jesus, I can't wait to this done. Because Captain Marvel, that book there, hey, what do we have next, sir?
Ooh, man, we got another stacked category, man. Man, this is a man. Okay, yeah, this is stacked.
They voted some nastiness. That's what I'm hearing right now. Let me see.
Well, it's the category and our nominees, so it's gonna be crazy. But here, let's take a look at it. We have got Earth's Mightiest limited series. So some comics run for 25, 50, even 100 issues. And while that's nice to see, sometimes the best stories aren't the ones that go on forever, but are the ones that don't overstay their welcome and know when it's time to head out. So we have our nominations here. It is, and these are chosen by y'all. They choose violence over AWA Upshot. It is... I just saw that. This is the Blerd Awards. It's the Exposing Awards. It really is. Mr. Terrific Year 1 over at DC Comics. Invincible Universe Battle Beast at Image Comics. And we've also got Bitterroot The Next Movement also over at Image Comics. So here we are. We have got, once again, this is a stacked category. I really can't say there's a bad book in the bunch at all. This is... man, this is a tough one. And honestly, I don't envy anyone. Matter of fact, one of the most, Carter, you know, one of the most common things I saw people say whenever I was posting this stuff for people to vote on.
Let me hear.
Man, this is tough. I don't know if I can pick. You know, people say, "Oh man, dude, it's too many good ones. It's too many good ones." Like this.
You know what I like? I like when they vote for one. But then they see the other ones and like, damn, I should have did it. Too late now. You fucked up. You should have
voted. You didn't vote it.
You should have waited, big dog.
You should have, but here we are. And you know what? I'm not even gonna stand on ceremony on this. I want to rip the Band-Aid right off of your goddamn arm. This is our Earth's Mightiest limited series of 2025. Mr. Terrific Year 1. Woo!
Proud of y'all.
Okay.
Y'all got some sense. Y'all got some sense.
He's like, all right. He's like, and you know what? I was actually really impressed with this one because of, okay. For one, let's just go ahead and keep it a buck. Al Letson and company, they held it down. This was a book that I think, like, it was on my radar, but I think it really kind of popped up on a lot of people's radar, maybe because of the Superman of it all. Because Mr. Terrific was, Mr. Terrific was like fresh in everybody's minds. People want to know more about him, so this book kind of came out at a perfect time. And that's not a knock or anything like that. I think that's perfect marketing, in my opinion. But they basically put this book out at the perfect time. And this does, like, unlike a lot of year ones, this actually, I think, because, ever since the whole year one thing became like a popular thing to do, sometimes people do year ones and they really ain't shit. Like, they're not really like justifying why we're reading this.
Frank Miller did Superman Year 1, and it took place in the span of 20 plus years of Superman's life.
It's like, dude, what are we doing? It's like Batman Year 1 ruined everybody. Oh, man.
This one was a great one, though. This one was a great one because you're absolutely right. It got the assist from the Superman movie. So with that assist, it needed to achieve something great. And that great thing was giving people an excuse to want more. Because what people might forget is that in that same window of the Superman film coming out, not only was Mr. Terrific Year 1 a thing, but the Terrifics Complete Collection had also come out.
Yes, also true.
So you had two different ways that you could absorb this new character that you didn't even know existed unless you unless you watched Arrow, and then if that's how you knew the character, you had a really bad taste in your mouth. So the film, the Superman film, and this series right here had a lot of work to do, and it achieved it, and you all knew it achieved it, and that's why you voted for it for Earth's Mightiest Limited Series. So I commend y'all, because this was a good one. This was a good one.
Yeah,
I'm right there with y'all. I want more Mr. Terrific now. I'm right there with y'all.
I would like to see Mr. Terrific get a series that is not a limited series. Like, yeah, because we've been getting that a lot. A lot of people forgot about Black Lightning's here. I was talking to Carter about this because I kind of forgot about it too. But Black Lightning was another series that only ran for 5. Because
okay, this is how we do it, and it's gonna go back to one of your books, and then we move on. Poison Ivy. This is why you want Poison Ivy to continue to keep going, because if a book that, for all intents and purposes, was not supposed to be as long as it was, and they gave it that leeway and they gave it that wide berth to just continue to do what it was doing, now they will give other characters an opportunity to where it ain't just 5 or 6 issues. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you want a Poison Ivy to exist and continue to be great. Now, I will say, one of the reasons that it is great is because it has a great creative team. So hopefully DC will also put a great creative team on a Mr. Terrific book to have it go well past how many issues I really wanted to print for this month. So,
I mean, look, and here's the thing. This isn't like speculation on our part. We've literally gotten confirmation from people in the comics industry that that's how this works. So yeah, don't ever think that we're just saying this shit just to like high horse y'all. It's because it's true. Ask any person who actually works in the comic industry and they will tell you that's exactly how it works. That said, we do have our next category, which is going to be Earth's Mightiest Single Issue or One Shot. Right. And this is a category that, once again, it's got a lot of heat in there. But I don't know. Carter, you want to take this one?
One of the toughest tricks in the comic industry is the one shot. This is for the stories that show up and Grandpa Simpson their way out the door, and yet still manage to tell a complete story with a beginning, middle, and maybe even one hell of an end. Our nominees for Earth's Mightiest One Shot. We got the Nightwing 2025 annual over at DC. We got, I'm gonna hold it to myself, Absolute Batman annual #1. We got Thundercats Panthro over at Dynamite. And just to close it out with more DC in your system, we have Absolute Evil #1. This, I'm not going to be surprised in the slightest. I'm not. I know I'm not. I think we all know what one is. I don't even have my hand on the envelope. The envelope is, I'm going to throw the envelope across the damn room. It's still sealed. It's in the corner. I just threw it in the corner because we all know what one is. So let's go ahead and show everybody else what we already knew here.
I almost choked.
Lord Jesus, Black Thor's Hammer said, I thought Red Hood was going to make this category. Funny enough, we thought about it.
Yeah, we did. We actually did think about it. We actually thought about it. But okay.
You got to remember, Blerd Awards was planned like 2 months ago. Almost. Yeah. We've been trying to figure this shit out. And true shit, Red Hood #1.
It was one.
There were several instances of us cracking the fuck up, and then, well, maybe we should.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be mean because I felt like, man, I might be a little mean, but it's like, I mean, it was one issue.
Yeah.
But that said, let's take a look at who our winner of Earth's
that we already know.
That we already know is Earth's Mightiest Single Issue or One Shot. It is
exactly what you thought it were.
The Absolute Batman Annual won, and I think that's to the surprise of absolutely nobody. Like, I really did kind of want to put my money on the Nightwing or the there was the Absolute Evil one shot. I actually did want to put my money on that, but unfortunately that did not work out quite the way that I thought it was going to go, and I actually should not have bet against it. But yeah, once again, and this I think another reason why this is even more special is because you had two writers on this that were not Scott Snyder working on this, both writers who are also artists. So you literally had Daniel Warren Johnson and James Herron doing two completely separate stories, both putting in the work, bringing their respective favorite colorist along for the ride. And it just, and well, I will definitely say there's only one thing about Absolute Batman Annual where I will probably agree with some people that it's, because some people will try and argue that it's not a complete annual, something like an argument we made with Batman, Deadpool, and Deadpool Batman, how like the main story of Batman Deadpool was better than the main story of Deadpool Batman, but Deadpool Batman had the better backup stories. I've seen people make a similar argument with Absolute Batman Annual, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, that main story was literally just that goddamn good. It was so good that most people don't even really, and I'm not meaning this dismissively, but a lot of people don't talk about that second story in the book quite as much because that first story was just that fucking crazy. Like, it literally broke the fucking internet. Like people... I know people who don't even read comics who were talking about that issue. That's how I knew it should have been a foregone conclusion. Because it was living rent-free in people's heads. Everybody was talking about it. The lovers, the haters, and everyone in between. That said, let's move on. We have our next category. Let's see, what do we have here? Earth's Mightiest crossover or event. Now, this is a category that there was a lot of contention. There was a lot of contention with this category, but I'm going to read this off. The most powerful move sometimes is to combine not only forces, but entire franchises. Whether it's the 11th event comic this year or two Titanic publishers putting their best IPs together for some fusion dance money. These were the best of them. I actually should have put an asterisk next to them because there's a couple that I have questions about. But yes, One World Under Doom at Marvel Comics. Fantastic Four Gargoyles by Marvel and Dynamite Entertainment. And I actually kind of wanted to include the Gargoyles Fantastic Four, but I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Imperial at Marvel Comics. And there's also Justice League Unlimited and World's Finest, We Are Yesterday over at DC Comics. All I'm going to say is, I'm just glad that Age of Revelation ain't on here. Anyway.
Well, one thing I want to add to that. Because I see some people speaking up. What the fuck is Imperial doing there? I see Imperial with question marks. No Sonic Cross Justice League, no TMNT Naruto. My answer to all of that is this was y'all doing.
Yeah, I didn't vote on it.
Okay. We didn't do none of this. We brought them up. Some of y'all brought them up, but a lot of y'all didn't vote for it when it was brought up. This is y'all.
I don't even let Imperial in the door, to be honest. Here's the thing. I didn't want Imperial to be on the list. I didn't want Imperial to be on the list, but y'all kept talking about it. Now I say y'all, I'm speaking broadly, but like I did okay, so let me explain something. As I said earlier, there were pretty much almost always, with the exception of like a handful of cases, 10 total nominations that were voted upon. Carter and I only suggested like 1 or 2 apiece that we would be like, okay, this is our locked entry that we're putting in here. But even then, all the other entries that were added, y'all picked. So basically, even if we both took 4 every category, y'all got 6. And there are a lot of cases.
I know you saying there are bots in the chat, Elite X1, but here's what you forgetting. It wasn't just the chat, though. You got to remember the threads polls, too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also, and I will say this, I was actually watching the chat when we were doing it. I didn't see any fuckery in the chat. I was watching because every time we put up a vote, there was like tons of numbers coming in, and it was all accounts of people that, you know, we see every week, who actually talk, who are not machines, not Terminators or whatever. But the thing is, there were times that the ones that Carter and I put in the list, y'all didn't even vote for. That's like when we were talking about like the poison ivy of it all. Like we were talking about like why poison ivy like almost ended up in no categories. It was because there were instances where we put it in there and y'all still didn't fucking vote for it. There were instances where some of y'all fought to have stuff added in as nominations. It didn't even vote for it. I kind of cracked up at that shit. Not gonna hold you. But no, that said, for as much as I do not enjoy most crossovers, I did find this one to be at least mostly agreeable. So let's talk about our winner of Earth's Mightiest crossover or event. It was none other than One World Under Doom, which I'm okay with. That's hilarious. Like I was only in one voting poll. What the fuck did y'all do? No. Yeah, no, Imperial did. You was actually kind of funny. Imperial didn't even come close to winning, is what actually that's actually what made me proud. It was solidly One World Under Doom. I think like Justice League and Fantastic Four Gargoyles got some votes, but Imperial I don't think even came close, which I thought was kind of hilarious. And I was like, you know what? I actually did enjoy One World Under Doom, minus all the tie-in shenanigans they were doing. But like, I enjoyed the event itself. I was a little sad that Fantastic Four Gargoyles didn't get any love because I was like, that was a really solid crossover. And it didn't overstay its welcome. They only did 2 issues, same as they did for Batman and Deadpool. Only this time was Fantastic Four and the Gargoyles. And the best part was the writer never changed, unlike the Marvel DC crossover. Greg Weisman wrote both of them. And nope, they were like, nope. They said no. They would rather live in a world under the rulership of Doom. But that's fine, because it was okay. It was fine. It could have been so much worse. I was just glad X-Men Age of Revelation didn't make it. I'd have fucking crashed out. Anyway, let's move on to our next category, Carter. We have, this is where we're getting to the,
okay,
man,
Earth Mightiest DC comic. They used to be called the Distinguished Competition. That was before Image got here. In some corners of the comic industry, but who can deny the banner year DC Comics just turned in, thanks to Scott Snyder and them over at Absolute. Over a dozen titles could have been nominated. But these are the cream of DC's 2025 crop. We have Mr. Terrific Year 1, we have Absolute Batman, we have Nightwing, and we have Absolute Wonder Woman. This is going to be a very interesting one to see, because I don't think it's going to be as easy to figure out as One Shot was. So it's going to be very interesting to see how you all went about the DC side of things. This should be a fun. This should be a fun one. Mr. Terrific, we already spoke on. It exactly what it was supposed to do. It knew the assignment and it did the assignment with flying colors. Absolute Batman is someone who has been writing Batman for a good ass time and is still finding ways to make you want to read more Batman, which that speaks volumes. Nightwing finally got his own thing again, and now that he has his own thing again, now that he is being put as the starter for the team, he has been showing his ass ever since. We're not even going to talk about that Rick Grayson era. Watch your mouth. Bucket sand. And Absolute Wonder Woman is proving that if you read my DC Black Label series about Wonder Woman, my Absolute book gonna make perfect sense.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think about that yet. Kelly Thompson really did just like, yeah, I could do that. I could Dead Earth. Yeah, I could do that.
Oh no, shit! I'm talking about Historia.
Oh, that too. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. No, that as well. Well, I tell you what. This is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a fun bloodbath, but it is going to be a bloodbath. And with that, I'm not even going to stand on ceremony. Let's let. In the has been memed many times in the American Godzilla, was it the 2014 remake? Let them fight. And Earth's mightiest DC comic is Absolute Batman.
Absolute Batman. I'm actually shocked because I thought that would have been the obvious choice. I thought, oh no, I thought y'all was gonna go for either Nightwing or Wonder Woman. So I don't really need to say a lot because I'd already said it. It's giving you Batman, but it's giving you Batman from a guy who writes Batman, but he's doing it in a way where you really want to read more of this Batman. So I'm not mad at this. It's because it's literally it's what I said, man. I don't know how Scott Snyder does it. I would think you would get sick and fucking tired of writing the same kind of character or just the same mantle of a character. And apparently not. I just need to make him 6'9", 250 real quick. Give him 200 pounds of armor and a battle axe and just have him driving around in the Tonka truck. And it's going to sell like hotcakes, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I'm here for it, though, because you know what? Absolute Batman did kind of change the comics industry with 5011 reprints. It's the Absolute universe as a whole is getting people back into comics that probably normally would not. I was literally just having a talk with my artist for Heart of the Darkness, was telling me that his son just recently, who mind you, he said never really gave a shit about comics, is now reading comics because of Absolute Batman. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe this experiment actually worked out. So I couldn't be happier. And I'm happy for the creative team here, especially for not just the Scott Snyder of it, but even the Nick Dragata of it, because I feel like Nick's one of those artists that has done a great deal of great work in terms of I know we talked about this yesterday, but talking about like his work on East to West, which I thought was fantastic. And I was even talking about before how his art style is like, honestly, yes, we've had other artists come in and do Absolute Batman, but I honestly could not imagine Absolute Batman without Nick Dragata. His art just makes it that much better, but that's another story altogether. Let's move on, because if this category was Earth's mightiest DC comic, well, you know what the next one's got to be. It's got to be Earth's mightiest Marvel comic.
Okay. These nominees, they've been a titan in the comics industry for many decades. And while they've had their share of troubles with canceled titles left and right, and bad editors all around, there's been plenty to love. These comics were the cream of Marvel's 2025 crop. We got Uncanny X-Men. We've got Miles Morales Spider-Man. We've got Earth's Mightiest Mutant Storm. And we have the Incredible Hulk.
Man, that, like I said, this is a stacked list, I think. And honestly, we had I think there was a little bit of infighting when we were putting this particular one together, because I mean, honestly, Marvel did turn a lot of books, but the thing is, I noticed a certain section of Earth's Mightiest subscribers who only read X-Men were getting really tilted that this wasn't just all X-Men books. The fact that 2 are on here should say a lot. But the thing is, there were a lot of good books. There were a lot of books that could have made this list, and once again, there were 10 nominees total. So I mean, for Christ's sakes, somebody had to lose. So let's see, what was Earth's mightiest Marvel comic? It was none other than Storm. Man, look at that, man. Moreira coming out here, getting the dub. Is that 2? Is that 2 that we have hung around Moreira's neck for Storm thus far? I mean, I'm here for it, regardless. But yeah, man, a lot of books could have won this. I was actually kind of sad that people weren't giving love to Miles, but I was happy that Moreira pulled this one out, because I mean, he's been putting in a lot of work. I mean,
you know what? No, we're not gonna do that. We can get Miles' ass up out of here. Let them put respect on a grown ass woman. That's what they doing, dog. They are putting respect on a grown ass woman. They taking their shoes off when they walk in her house, even though that house is huge, and hovering. They don't touch the astronaut helmet, because he might be back. We're not gonna put our hands on anything in this grown ass woman's house. They putting respect on Felicia Rashad. They putting respect on this grown woman. Is what they doing, dog.
They said Miles young. He got more time.
He can be disappointed. He got a lot more years ahead of him. You can be hurt right now while we putting respect on this grown ass woman.
Love to see it. Honestly, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. And like I said, it had a fantastic team behind it. Lucas Wernick, Luciano Vecchio, Mario Santoro, CFV. I mean, these are some hitters. And in every sector. Basically. But that said, we've had Earth's Mightiest DC comic. We have, Earth's Mightiest Marvel comic. Well, what about everybody else? What about all these other publishers that are getting left in the cold? Well, we're going to do something very similar as what I said earlier. We're going to break the pool stick in half and throw only one half on the floor between some other publishers. And to do that, we are going to call in a few titles, some that have actually already pulled up on this list before, so this is going to be real interesting. But this is going to be Earth's Mightiest non-Big 2 comic. So face it, comic readers have a mental block that only allows them to think Marvel or DC. But outside the Big 2, there are plenty of publishers who've been turning in banger after banger after banger. These books ate Marvel and DC alive in 2025 Oh, wait a minute. No, we got to hold the phone. We got to do it. Wait. Do I have my record scratch? I don't know if I have my record scratch on here, but hold on. We got to pull it back. We got to pull it back because we've got a special guest that is
in true CPT fashion. He tried to walk up to the stage and get the trophy when we done already played his music and showed that he won. He done came late. He tried to walk up the steps while somebody else was trying to accept their award.
So,
but I respect it.
I respect it. Look, you know what? I'll like this is like celebrity deathmatch. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
There you go.
So we have got Moreira Ayodele, the writer of Storm, and winner of Storm, and actually not just for this was not just for the your best Marvel This wasn't just for the best Marvel book, but also for the best solo series that we talked about at the very top of the show. It says, thank you to everyone for the win. I appreciate the support and the votes. The Blerd community got our backs and we love it. Hey, and you know what? I love to see it because like I actually really appreciate the people who've been showing up for Storm the way that they did. I actually was really surprised in a lot of the instances where we were voting on nominees and people were literally showing out for Storm. So I love to see it. We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your work. Also appreciate that donation. We appreciate all of it. Like just out here hooking our boys up. And I can't wait to see what you're going to be doing next, because you know we have Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant, coming up after all the Age of Revelation shenanigans. So I'm really excited for that. Now we've been visited. We've been visited and graced by Moreira.
He heard you about to say transform and said, "Yeah, I can walk on stage now. I can walk on stage."
He's like, wait a minute. What's he been?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, now come on.
The boy got the musicians to play the big payback in an orchestral format and just walk on stage. Soon you about to say Transformers. I respect it.
The big payback.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge. But no, I almost lost my entire train. Yeah, Earth's Mightiest non-big two. Sorry. Apologies. I'm still here. I apologize. Our nominees are going to be for Earth's Mightiest non-big two comic. We've got Transformers over at Image Comics. We have got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at IDW. We have got the Power Fantasy over at Image Comics. And we have also got Bitter Root, The Next Movement. Also, at Image Comics. This is something I think is kind of wild. Maybe we'll give Image their own category. Maybe we'll give Image maybe we'll take someone else's shit away and give Image their own shit. Because Image, like I said, I know we always joke about big two, but it's really the big three. Image is a pretty big company. They're not like, I know a lot of people like to think of Image as that little small plucky 90s upstart publisher that we used to think of them as, but Image is huge. They have a metric shit ton of comics that people don't even think about, but that's neither here nor there. But that said, yes, our winner and Earth's Mightiest non-big two comic is none other than Transformers. I actually did not see this one coming. I actually thought Power Fantasy had this in the bag. But that was not the case. That was not the case. But you know what? I am okay with that. This was, like I said, we've talked about it before. Transformers is lit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people just, and once again, this is kind of the beauty of a licensed comic is that, and I remember there was a time, granted this was before we were doing any community voting. I remember a time when the like a licensed book would never win as many awards on our show, at least, as they have this year. So I'm actually, you know what? I'm here for it. They did what they needed to do. Daniel Warren Johnson's been, he had been showing his whole ass for 24 issues before Robert Kirkman took over, and he turned in what, and I still stand by this, the best Transformers comic that you'll probably ever read. That's just me being honest about it. Now we got to shift gears because we have another category to switch to, and that Ooh, this is going to be fun. This is the one, man, I'm not going to lie. These were the funny ones. Because now we're getting into our other medias. We're getting our other medias now, and I'm kind of here for this. This one's going to be Earth's Mightiest comic book movie.
Okay, y'all. Believe it or not, 2025 was a very solid year for comic book movies because it was only 4. So good, there's probably nominees you forgot about that made the list, and maybe a few that didn't, you not even thinking about. But you are, because it was only 4. These were the ones that lived rent-free in our heads. The nominees for Earth's Mightiest comic book movie are Thunderbolts over at Marvel, Captain America, Brave New Hulk, Superman, or My Hero Demon Slayer One Punch Man, the Infinity Cherub Castle.
This motherfucker. I'm about to say, Carter was sitting here acting like Fantastic Four didn't come out. No, I mean, no, the reason why I love this category, though, is actually because of that, because I like, okay, this category, and the next one, it reminded so many people in the chat when we were picking these nominations. It reminded so many people there was more shit that came out than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we did actually wind up having 10 things on the nomination voting polls, I think, by the time it was all over. And it kind of surprised people because, I mean, yeah, when you think about it, yeah, I know some people might think like, well, wait a minute, what's Demon Slayer doing there? Demon Slayer is based on a manga. That, for those that don't know, I know we love to lionize anime and manga, but manga is just a Japanese word for comic book. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was a lot. There were more movies, I think, that we even actually listed, but that's neither here nor there. That said, I was sad that Fantastic Four didn't. I was actually shocked Fantastic Four didn't make the cut, but that's, whatever. But let's get into our winner. Our winner for Earth's Mightiest comic book movie. To the surprise of no one, because he's a punk rocker. Yes, he is. Superman 2025. Like I said, this honestly should not really be much of a surprise. I was surprised at how overwhelming the voting was, but at the same time, I should not have been surprised because people really, really fucking loved Superman. And I still love it. I've watched this movie like well over at least a dozen, maybe a couple of dozen times, and it keeps getting better every time. So, so yeah, like honestly, when I saw I'll be honest with you, I didn't even wait for the poll to end. That's how one-sided it was. Like I like the poll, like Superman was literally winning, not by a country mile.
Yeah,
but like
there's no point in me just letting this continue. That's it's one of them.
It was one. Why was I sitting there like old boy in Rocky 4? Be like, throw the goddamn towel, throw the damn towel, motherfucker. Like that's what I was doing basically. But like I said, it was good times. Let's go ahead and jump to our next category. We've got Earth's Mightiest comic book movie. Well, obviously, the next one should be Earth's Mightiest comic book TV series. Once again, another stacked category, even more stacked than the movies. And Carter, would you like to do the honors?
Comic book TV shows were in a battle royale mode this year. So many good ones, and even some epic ones. But these nominees fought tooth and nail to beat out all the rest. And in some cases, fought tooth and nail just to get promoted. And they had us glued to the small screen for each and every episode. Our nominees for Earth's Mightiest comic book TV series is Ironheart, Invincible, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and Daredevil Born Again. Maddie Tyler Durden, I see you with the no revival. But again, as I have said several times, this award ceremony, this on y'all.
Hey, look, I wanted a Yanu. On here, but yeah, it couldn't make the cut. Not enough people suggested it, so compared to everything else. He said, I said, we did this. Yes.
Yep.
We.
Yeah, what must be time?
Lord, oh man.
Y'all. It's all of y'all. So this is gonna be real interesting to see who's gonna win this with the abundance of ones y'all thought should have went up on here. So I got to see this one. The winner of Earth's Mightiest comic book TV series that y'all, not us, y'all voted for is wow.
I did not see this shit coming. I'm not gonna hold you. Mind was blown. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you how this actually happened. So when I was going through and looking for all of the different nominations and things like that, I was scared to look at some of the polls because I was like, man, there's gonna be some people here ain't gonna know how to act. And sure shit, Ironheart actually won overwhelmingly. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, it was about the same as Superman. It Superman won by a stupid large margin to the point I didn't even bother. Like, I did, but I didn't have to bother coming back and checking to see, like, oh, well, maybe something changed. No, it was still very much like when I say overwhelmed, I'm talking about like 75+% of the vote was Superman. It was the same for Ironheart, damn near. I don't know if it was quite like 75, but it was like it was a large enough margin. Nobody was in any danger of taking Ironheart off the table at all. Which I'm here for. So you know what? I'll say it. Ironheart. I'm like just like how I was happy with the vote for Superman, I'm happy with the vote for Ironheart. I think that Ironheart did more than enough to earn this, not only its nomination, but also its win. So I am here for it. Matter of fact, honestly, I think Marvel needs to take this award to account. Maybe, I don't know, if y'all release a Blu-ray or something later on, maybe say Blerd Award winner. Because we made it happen. Real quick. Yes.
Highlight 915 says Ironheart was not better than Daredevil. Respectfully.
Huh?
Not according to them votes.
Wait a minute. You know what? I want to do something. I actually shuddered at the idea of doing this, but actually I do want to show you because, like I said, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up at all. Like, this, all the stuff that is happening here, it did not happen in a fucking vacuum. This was real. This was like, now, okay, I take it back. I'm glad I actually went back and looked. Ironheart actually did not win by as much of an overwhelming majority as I initially thought. It actually was running kind of close with Daredevil. But unfortunately, and I'll show you guys here. Y'all look at that. Yeah, 37-32. So yeah, like, I mean, people were voting for Daredevil, just not enough of them. Not enough of them, unfortunately. We hate to see it. We absolutely positively hate to see it. But that said, I do think that I think that, for the most part, while I don't agree with some of the nominations and some of the things were left out, I don't entirely disagree with a lot of the picks that have been made thus far. I think a lot of the picks have been very intelligent, very well thought out picks. So I honestly I cannot be too terribly beat the fuck up about many if any of them. And here we are. Man, dude, there's one category I actually can't wait for us to get to, because you want to talk about some motherfuckers that were fighting for their fucking lives. Woo, man. Shit was crazy. Cannot make it up. How fucking insane it was. But anyway, let's get back to our categories. I'm just double checking a couple of things real quick. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, now let's see. That was Earth's Mightiest comic book TV show. Now we're actually about to get into our individual creator awards, which I'm actually quite excited for. Also, real quick, I do want to take care of a couple of things here. Because we do actually have some super chats that I want to make sure that we don't forget about. So here, let's pull this up right quick. We got a couple here. One from Highlight 915 with the 5 says, even if some good comics were missed, 2025 had some great picks. I'm not mad at any of the winners. Which, I mean, yeah, once again, 100% true. Yeah, we can't fight that. Not at all. That is just objective. We ate this year, comics wise, and I'm glad that we did. That said, we are now, because I just realized we had already read Murray was, which once again appreciate it. Thank you, pimp. This is one, man. It's really gonna be like picking your favorite children. Carter, are you ready for the next category?
Let's see this.
We have got, ooh man, this is gonna be ugly. Earth's Mightiest Interior Artist of 2025. Whew, man. Okay, so art is at least half the reason most people buy comics. Whether it's for the hyper-realism, the stylization, the detail, whatever. These are the humans, not AI, humans who provided the best work consistently all year long and made our eyes water at their talent. We have before us our nominees. They are none other than Dan Mora for Transformers and Batman Superman World's Finest. We have also got Sanford Green of Bitterroot, The Next Movement. We have also got Peach Momoko of Ultimate X-Men and the Marvel Rivals comics, which I did not know were as much of a thing as they were until today. And then there are also Lucas Wernick of the Storm series. This was a tough one, and I'm not going to hold y'all. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Whoo, buddy, it was some motherfuckers duking it out. It was some motherfuckers duking it out in the polls. That's all I'll say. It was like watching a heavyweight title fight and everybody is throwing hands recklessly. Ain't nobody blocking, ain't nobody dodging, and everybody is throwing bows. That is basically what that vote was like, and I love to see it. But that said, only one, and just like Highlander, there can be only one Earth's Mightiest Interior Artist of 2025, and it was none other than Sanford Green. Sanford Green, I'm not going to hold you, pulled this shit out at the last second. Because it was basically, I'm going to tell you basically what the breakdown was, because I was just watching the polls steadily. It's to the point where some of the polls were so close, I made win graphics for both. It just said, okay, well, when it ends, because the polls were going to end either like as we were starting or while we were already in action. I was like, I'll just delete whatever one doesn't win. That said, yeah, I was watching the polls the whole time, and yet, like 1 minute it was Dan, next minute it was Sanford, 1 minute it was Peach. And then like another minute it'd be Dan again. And at one point, Dan was solidly like ahead by a wide, and it was like, nope, Sanford brought it back, and I was like, woo, buddy. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I know some people will probably be like, well, no, man, what about Dan? What about look, Dan's gonna be all right. Dan's gonna be all right. Dan,
you know what this is what your response needs to be. This
that was you.
Y'all doing.
Y'all did.
Y'all did this.
Look what
Not
you
us.
did.
Not us. Y'all doing.
Interior artist is basically the pages, for anyone who is curious. I did originally just have it as artist, but honestly, sometimes interior, and there is a distinction. There are people who strictly do covers. They are not interior artists. And there are people who are strictly interior artists and don't do covers. And there's even people who do both. But yeah, interior artist is basically means you do the pages. You do the shit that you read. So there you go. But yeah, that's where we're at. Hey, and at least I didn't call him Stanford. Stanford Green, the way Screen Rant did that one time. Remember that shit where they're like, oh yeah, Stanford Green. I was like, oh Lord, get this shit out of here. Anyway, let's move on to our next category. And it will be Earth's Mightiest Writer of 2025. Carter, would you like to take that helm?
If art is at least half the reason you read a comic, the writer is the other half. They craft narratives that make us happy, sad, and sometimes even angry. And yet we hang on every word. These writers did it the best and proved there are still stories left to tell. In Gillen's case, there are still stories left to tell. I'm going to just tell them at Image. Our nominee for Earth's Mightiest Writer of 2025, Kieran Gillen, Marewa Ayodele, who already got 2 dubs tonight, Cody Ziegler, and Kelly Thompson. Kelly Thompson for Absolute Wonder Woman, Cody Ziegler for Miles Morales Spider-Man, Marewa for Storm and Aquagun, and Kieran Gillen for the Power Fantasy and Die Loaded.
Woo!
I want to see this one. I don't even want to say nothing because I just want to see who won this one.
I'm going to just say, all I'm going to say, I was shocked by who actually pulled this out. I was even more shocked how much of a fucking fight it was. All the way up to the bitter end. This was another, I was talking about categories I had to make 2 graphics for. Well, this was one of them. This was, because just like I had to do 1 for best artist, best interior artist, I had to make 2 for this one. And let's go ahead and pull up, let's pull this up. Our winner for Earth's Mightiest Writer of 2025 is none other than Kelly Thompson. Kelly Thompson pulled this out, and I'm talking about it was a fight. It was actually Kelly and Marewa going 12 rounds in a knockdown drag out for the 24/7 hardcore championship title of the world. It was a fucking brawl. I am telling you, this was not for the faint of heart. There were moonsaults off the top rope. There were moonsaults off the little railway that's over the little walkway underneath that just leads straight down to the concrete below. There were people doing elbows off the top rope to the outside of the Spanish announce table. People were literally killing each other. It was kind of beautiful. But anyway, I loved to see it because it just showed me how much people fuck with both of these, and really all the other writers, but specifically Marewa and Kelly, who I think had an absolutely banger of a year between both of them. Honestly, at the end of the day, and I don't know, you might see it happen again. I don't know. But I love the fact that it was literally the 2 writers that were writing the absolute Amazons of the comics industry this year. being the ones fighting it out for it all. It was really good. But yes, John, like John, it was a slobber knocker. It was a fucking slobber knocker. I'm not even fucking joking about that shit. It was in fucking sane. I cannot like literally man. It was good shit. It was good shit. I love to see it. That said, and yes, Mount Tyler Durden, that is actually the only known photo of Kelly Thompson. Kelly Thompson does not have any other photos of her on the internet. She is, and honestly, I ain't mad at her. She doesn't even do interviews on camera. She'll do like audio. She's not crazy about being on camera, and I ain't even mad at her for it. That's just her. But that is the one. And I think, honestly, the only reason this photo exists is because she had to put one out, probably. This is probably one of those, like, hey, look, we got to have a photo to put up of you on the Marvel in the DC websites. You got to give us something. And she was like, all right, here you go. Bam. All right, get the shit out of my face. Yeah, which I'm here for. I totally understand. If not for YouTube, y'all wouldn't see my black ass either. Anyway, let's move on to our next category. Earth's Mightiest Cover Artist of 2025.
Okay.
All this talk of halves, it's really thirds. Let's just admit it. We all buy books because the cover art snatched us by the back of our necks.
Not my necks.
He's like, not me. So let's take the time to honor the artist who made us stop mid-stride in the LCS and say, oh, what's this? So who do we have on our nominations? We have David Nakayama, who honestly, I didn't have enough room to add all the covers that he does, but he just does a shit. Just imagine if it's a comic book that's on a shelf, he's probably done a cover or variant cover for it. The guy is pretty fucking busy. Also, Francesco Mattina, who has been turning in banger after banger on Space Ghost and Herculoids. We've also got Dan Mora returning because he says he wants his lick back. And just like with David Nakayama, Dan Mora is a guy who does so many covers, I didn't have enough room to list them all. But yes, Batman Superman's World's Finest, as well as Transformers, and a litany of other books. How does this motherfucker have the time? And then we also have Souza Micah, who has been turning in covers kind of in a very similar fashion to Dan Mora and David Nakayama. I could name more, but I only had so much room, but has turned in covers for Poison Ivy as well as Absolute Wonder Woman. Yes, the future is most certainly female, and I'm okay with that if it is anything like Souza Micah. That said, man, okay.